Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be talking about the White Dog wave spell, and this wave spell begins on the 17th of February and goes until the 1st of March. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with the wave spells and with the galactic calendar and galactic time in general, all you need to know is that this is a 13-day period of energy, and we're going to be talking about the overriding energetic signature for the next 13 days. I have a link in the description box below which goes over the particular galactic signature for each day of this wave spell so that you can dive more deeply into it and really maximize the energies and come to a deeper understanding of yourself through the reflection of these different galactic energies. But essentially, we're working with a different kind of calendar and a different kind of way of telling time, moving outside of linear time into a more galactically based time. This wave spell of the White Dog is the 14th wave spell of the Dream Spell Journey, as well as the second of the Yellow Southern Castle of Giving, which is the 4th castle of the Dream Spell Count. The Yellow Castle of Giving represents the Court of Intelligence, and it covers 4 wave spells: Red Earth, White Dog, Blue Knight, and Yellow Warrior, from kin 157 until kin 208. Through giving, the planetary kin attain the power of ascending. And those of you who have been following along will remember that we have 5 castles or 52-day periods made up of 4 wave spells each that make up each spin of galactic time. So we're in the 4th out of those 5 castles right now. That 4th castle moving right along through this next spin of galactic time that we're in right now. And there's a whole journey that takes place, a journey of evolution that is characterized by the different galactic signatures and the way they build upon and complement each other as we move through each spin of galactic time. In the Dream Spell Transcreation, the solar seal of Dog is inspired on the Maya glyph of Auk, which exactly signifies dog, and it represents guide, friendship, fidelity. The Maya sign of Auk is associated with the color white. In the Dream Spell, the White Dog is the solar seal number 10, which is also associated with the color white being part of the white root race of the spiritual refiners. The White Dog has the action of loving, the essence of loyalty, and the power of heart. All of these attributes relate to the original Maya meaning of Auk because friendship and fidelity essentially represent love and loyalty. On the other hand, the power of the heart is coherent with the victory of the dog as the guide of the nocturnal sun in Xibalba. Therefore, the great teaching is that love and loyalty transcend death. The White Dog wave spell manifests the power of heart to help us unify in order to love, thus dissolving the human differences that only exist inside the mind. There is something bigger moving us forward. There is synchronicity within all schools of spiritual wisdom. Love is the most powerful quality that makes us humans. This wave spell invites us to let go of the mind in order to speak the language of the heart. And it's really beautiful that we have this White Dog wave spell encompassing the 2/22/22 portal. And if you guys have not watched that video yet, take a look at it. It is in the Portals and Gateways playlist. I just put that out yesterday from the day I'm recording this. I'll link it in the description box below for you guys as well. Because a lot of these energies, and the energies we talk about in that video, and then the videos that I link on that video, which include the original 2/2 portal video that I did with Pete from the Chosen 144 that aired on his channel, and the Venus retrograde, Mars, Pluto, Venus conjunction video. Those are linked in the 2/22/22 video that is going to be linked in this description box. All of these energies are very relevant, is essentially what that mouthful was trying to get out. And they all relate to this energy of heart. This beautiful energy of love and stepping more deeply into the heart center. And the day before this wave spell began, we had that beautiful full moon in Leo, which was a big, big heart-opening energy. I recommend you guys check out that video as well if you have not. So that really, we're riding into this White Dog wave spell on the cusp, on the wave of that full moon in Leo. And we're just diving deep into this big-hearted energy. I really love the energy of the White Dog because it teaches us how to live with an open heart. It helps us to understand our relationships and the ways that those teach us about love, right? Because the way that we learn most about love is typically through our relationships and our interactions with others. Ultimately, we all know that it's our relationship and our love for ourselves that is the most important, but we see that reflected and we're taught how to love ourselves oftentimes through relationship to others as well. So it's really important. Our relationships are so profound and they reach our hearts and touch our hearts in different ways, open up our hearts, close our hearts down, right? We have this energy of wounding sometimes, this energy of betrayal. It's not always a beautiful experience when we open our hearts, but we learn and we grow from that as well. And so it's all about appreciating and understanding all the different types of relationships that we have, all the different types of soulmates that we have, right? And the ways that they have taught us about love and taught us how to fall more deeply in love with the most important person of all, which, as we said, is ourselves. Just a really gorgeous wave spell. This wave spell also relates to our companions of destiny, right? Those souls who are meant to be a part of our spiritual journey. Our tribe is a shorter way to put or spell companions of destiny, right? So it relates to all of that energy. It relates to our guides and our team, all of the different kinds of relationships that we have and the ways that those help to sustain us. It's all about, like we said, moving out of that head and moving more deeply into that heart. Falling in love not only with ourselves and with each other, but with life in general and with this earthly experience. And we are going to read more about about the white dog energy. Yeah, we'll do that first, and then we'll go over the specifics of some of the days here. So, from the Astro Dream Advisor, one of the gifts of white dog is the calling in and recognition of other companions of destiny. Other beings with the same longing are waiting to meet and acknowledge you. Beings who can see you as you authentically are. When you have truly been seen, you feel empowered, and remembrance of a shared sacred trust is ignited. This is a natural process divinely designed for recognition through vibrational affinity, freed from personal expectations. That expectation piece is huge. White dog can be seen as an access point for developing relationships with guides, totems, allies, and guardians. There are many ways to work with these spiritual guides, including guided visualizations, shamanic journeys, and meditation. A useful construct is viewing them as aspects of yourself, part of your life stream that is asking to be integrated. Remember, there is no other. In this grand adventure, you are being asked to embody all that you are. Profound insights are garnered through shared purpose and relationship with others who are willing to be in their truth and integrity about the light and shadow aspects they perceive in themselves. Similarly, intimate relationships can be viewed as unique opportunities to bring forward in each other deep emotional patterns to be transformed. In this case, those you have drawn to you hold the ability to assist you in your own integration as well. There are no mistakes. Be willing to look deeply into the truth held within any relationship. The expression of intimacy is a gift of love. The lack of it may be a symptom asking for honest communication and healing. It may also be guiding you to reevaluate your relationship and the purpose it is serving. White dog signals a breakthrough in your life. New beginnings, new perceptions, new allies and friends. As you express more authentically who you are, you draw your true family closer to you. With your guides and companions, you have the ability to manifest your inspired visions and dreams. Recognize the eyes and hearts that spark the remembrance of a sacred trust. The harmonic wisdom of white dog is affinity, the attraction of like vibration or substances for one another. Spiritual affinity is not limited to family kinship. It is part of the natural affinity between companions of destiny. Such companions are drawn together by the same aligned force that draws iron fillings to a magnet. Companions of destiny are drawn together to do work that is naturally harmonious. On the surface, at times, it may seem that you have little in common with these companions, yet the attraction remains. This is because essence selves are often committed to work together long before they meet in the physical world. This is a natural process of affinity rather than a process motivated from personal desire. Follow this guidance into your unfoldment within the larger pattern. So really important there, this energy of not judging our companions of destiny at face value, right? allowing every relationship to unfold without expectation, without judging the people that we meet, right? A lot of times we do this. We look at somebody and we say, yeah, that's not somebody I would be friends with. That's not somebody that I would work well with, right? Because we're judging on the physical, or we're judging on the outside. But there's something within our souls. There's like a radar that's going to draw us toward the people that we are meant to work with, that we are meant to partner with in this lifetime for whatever that task is. And if you are paying attention, you will notice through resonance that radar it's always going to be on point, right? So pay attention to that. One of my favorite things about life, and I say this all the time, I don't know if I say this on here, but I tell people this all the time because it just endlessly fascinates me, is the fact that any one person that you meet could have any role in your life later down the line, and you could have no idea, right? The random person you meet at the gas station could be your best friend 2 years later. Could be your husband. You just never know. We have these initial interactions with people, and that's why it's so important not to write people off. I have friends who couldn't stand me when they first met me, and now I'm one of the closest people to them, right? So it's this energy where you just never, ever know. And the possibilities and the endless array of possibilities is just so interesting to me. So the affirmation for White Magnetic Dog, which is the galactic signature that kicks off this wave spell, is: I unify in order to love, attracting loyalty. I seal the process of heart with the magnetic tone of purpose. I am guided by my own power doubled. And we all have a personal galactic signature. You can go to the link in the description box below to find your own personal galactic signature. It's very much like an astrology sign or something like that. It shows you something about your energy, your specific energetic vibration. And so there are 20 different tribes and 13 tones. And each galactic signature is made up of a tribe and a tone. And so each tribe has its own wave spell throughout every spin of galactic time. So your personal wave spell will happen once every, I believe it's 260 days. So all of those who are born with the white dog tribe as part of their galactic signature, this is your personal wave spell. And during this wave spell, we talked about the 2/22/22 portal. On the heels of that portal, and that portal has the galactic signature of the blue rhythmic eagle. And I really like that because that is all about that higher planetary vision and that planetary mind. So really gaining that higher vision. And then on the next day, the 23rd, we have a galactic activation portal, and it's also marked as a particularly auspicious day. So this is a day where you really want to pay attention to signs and synchronicities, a day that can be sometimes incredibly lucky. And the galactic signature for the 23rd is the yellow resonant warrior energy. So by embracing the energy of the yellow warrior, we can most fully receive this activation. And we embrace that energy by employing the energies of questioning, intelligence, and fearlessness. So this is where we are fearless in our approach to life, where we're looking at and questioning everything. We're taking nothing at face value. We're always going deeper. And we're also willing to question ourselves and to go and to look deeper within ourselves as well, without allowing the fear of what we're going to find to hold us back. So as we do this, as we understand obstacles as opportunities, as we apply mindfulness, precision, and will, as we continue to gain more information, to question all appearances, and to question and release our fears, we receive a powerful activation. On the 20th, backing up a little bit here, we also have a galactic activation portal during this wave spell, and that is the red self-existing Skywalker galactic activation portal. And so this is a similar energy. This is all about exploration, space, and wakefulness. So we really take advantage of this activation portal when we explore our inner and outer realms, right? When we apply the principle of wakefulness. We are aware of our surroundings, we're aware of our creations, and we are aware of what is necessary in order to change our path if we're not appreciating the path that we're on, if we're realizing that we've wandered somewhere that we didn't intend, this is a great day to become aware of that and begin to reroute ourselves, begin to explore whatever else it is that we desire or we would like to experience. This is an energy, the Red Skywalker is the prophet. So this is an energy where we are reaching up to bring heaven to earth, and we are sharing the inspired messages from heaven with those on earth. So it's a very mystical energy. It's also an energy that's very much about transcending old paradigms, the evolution of our consciousness, breaking through limitations and imposed barriers, right? So a really beautiful, powerful energy with the Red Skywalker as well. Really, it feels like taking stock of our reality, taking stock of our circumstances, really exploring our own truth during and on this day. And it gives us that space to reinvent ourselves. So there's a big energy of reinvention with the Red Skywalker. I think that's all we want to talk about as far as specific days. But like I said, there's a link that I'm going to share with you guys. Check out that link in the description box below, and that will take you to a day-by-day breakdown of this wave spell. Now we are going to pull some cards. And I'm wanting to pull some Quantum Oracle cards for you guys. So let's see what messages we can get from the Quantum Oracle for this wave spell. Clear. This white dog wave spell. That's almost like a tongue twister there. Tell us about this white dog wave spell. What can we expect? What do we need to know? What guidance does Spirit have for us? From the quantum world, the quantum reality. All right, we have fear coming out with dark thoughts. And courage on the bottom of the deck here. All right, so we're being guided to have courage. Right, and so this is echoing that energy that we were talking about with that Red Skywalker activation portal. That may be a powerful one. Or was it the Red Skywalker or the Yellow Warrior? Either or, both, all of it, right? This whole wave spell. There's a lot of overcoming of fears. This is where for some people we may begin to realize that there's a lot more anxiety and fear underneath the surface than we may have previously realized. There's going to be fears coming up for people that we're meant to walk through during this wave spell, and we're really being shown how it is that our own thinking and our thought patterns contribute to these fears, like how we encourage these fears because of the ways that we're thinking and the ways that we allow our minds to sort of run away with us. And so we're being called, attention is being called to this, and we're being asked to have courage to walk through these fears. And remember, that is, and I never remember exactly how this quote goes, but it's something along the lines of how courage is not the absence of fear, but it's the fortitude or the ability to walk through our fears anyway. Right? And so it's like there are going to be situations, is what it feels like. Situations that people are going to be confronted with during this wave spell that are going to bring up these unconscious fears and these dark and heavier thoughts. And we're going to be asked to dig deep inside ourselves, to find this courage to move through these situations anyway. It's like for some people it could even be good things. It's not like I'm feeling positive things for some people, but it's like even if it's like something that you've been wanting, that's something that you've been waiting for, all of a sudden you're presented with the opportunity and it brings up all of those fears, right? Or this is where for some people, something that happens and manifests in your reality is teaching you and showing you how your own fears and your negative thinking is the cause of certain situations in your life, is bringing and manifesting the opposite of what it is that you desire. Like, you're becoming aware of those thought patterns and whether those are working to your detriment. And for other people, this is really about situations that develop, that trigger these fears. And it's sort of like this energy, I think. There are people who have moved out of this dark energy, these dark thoughts. You may have thought very negatively at one point in your life. You may have really had difficulty with the hamster wheel, right? With your mind running away with you. And then you got to a point where you were able to break out of this energy for the most part. But something is going to happen this week, over this 13-day period during this wave spell, that's going to trigger these deeply laid fears again, and kind of reinstigate this old fuckery of the mind, for lack of a better term here, that you thought that you had moved out of. Which is going to be great practice of, okay, this is coming up again. How do I reroute this? How do I keep myself from walking back into that maze again? Right? Because you notice it's absolutely beautiful over here. She's standing under these storm clouds, but she doesn't have to be. If she just moved over a little bit, there'd be nothing but beauty. Right? So how often are we choosing to be in this place of stress and anxiety through the thoughts that we're allowing ourselves to think, through the ways that we are allowing our minds to run away with us? How often are we actually creating that due to our thoughts and the way that we participate in them? I feel like I've said the same thing like 15 different times in 15 different ways, but sometimes there's a reason and a meaning for that. But this wave spell is all about overcoming those fears, those phobias, those anxieties, those dark thoughts. And for some people, because this is an energy that you worked through and it's coming back up, this is a deeper level of clearing of that. We have the honoring path coming out. Yeah, so for some people, this definitely feels like beautiful, positive recognition or opportunities that trigger these fears. And so don't talk yourself out of a good thing. I want to look at this card for a second here. Shift in others' attitudes towards you. You are starting to see the best of yourself as your self-regard increases. Others will see the best in you also. Let's see. If someone treats you with disrespect, you now have the power to demand civility. In fact, the energy of self-honor is the only way to get the response from the universe you long for. So choose an increasing intention of self-respect in your thoughts and your behaviors. Such a powerful daily approach projects incredible dignity and authentic power. 2 irresistible vibrations in the universe. So take a bow. When you acknowledge yourself, the world acknowledges you back. So this is all about self-respect. All right? As well. This right here. This is the inner critic. This is the energy of the inner critic getting louder again for some this week. And then this is you making that conscious decision, that courageous decision, right? To honor and love yourself even more deeply. To not listen to that inner critic when it pipes up. To not allow those fears and those phobias and those dark cyclical thoughts to pull you back into a rut. To rise above that. To treat yourself with love and respect and to demand love and respect from others. We got conflict on the bottom of the deck. There could be situations this week with people. Remember, this white dog wave spell is all about relationships. Situations with people where you are being asked to stand in your power, to not tolerate disrespect, right? To set those firm boundaries. Also, to not allow yourself to be pulled into conflict or to be pulled into other people's dark thoughts and other people's fears. Right? That energy can be contagious. But we do not cater to that vibration anymore. And then we have professional assistance, which was inverted with deception and milestone, which is really interesting. So something is not as it seems is sort of the energy that I'm picking up on here. Somebody or something. This is where we're learning how to trust our own intuition and our own discernment. This is where we're noticing and it's becoming clear to us who's on the level and who is not. We may be noticing, we may be realizing that we've been deceived by a person or persons. We thought that somebody had our best interests in mind, but they did not. We thought that somebody was going to assist us in moving forward, right? Somebody that maybe wanted to offer us a leg up in our career. In some area of our lives, there was like an assistance, or we thought that somebody wanted to do something for us. What it feels like to me is we thought it was out of the goodness of their own heart, but we're realizing that they had other motives too. Whether those are nefarious motives or just more self-seeking motives, I'm not really sure. And it may vary. There may be more than one person that I'm channeling this for. But there's a level of disappointment here. And this may be also some of this energy, right? That triggers the return to these fearful thoughts. To this dark thought pattern, right? To this, oh, this is always what happens. Right? I knew I couldn't trust anybody. Why do I even bother? Right? It's like the disappointment that brings you right back, wants to bring you right back into this energy. This defeatist energy. This, okay, it's better to, all right, time to close up, right? Close up shop again. Not let anyone in because this person disappointed me. Or because this person was not what they appeared to be. However, like the milestone here is when we don't do that. When we look at the situation for what it is, but we don't overly read into it, right? That's the dramatic way to look at things. There's another word that I'm looking for, but I just can't find it, right? That energy when we're like, oh, this happened. Like, this person did this, so everybody does this. That kind of a generalization, right? Where we're grouping in the entire human population because of what this one person did or this one situation that happened. We want to avoid doing that. That's an old way of thinking. And coping with the world. Instead, we want to look at the specific situation and say, okay, this happened. This person had these ulterior motives. What is this teaching me? What is this? What can I learn from this situation? What can I gain from this situation? And it may simply be standing up for yourself and walking away. Not taking it personally. Right? Not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. This may even be for some people. I feel like you may find out that somebody's trying to sabotage you at work or something. Or somebody's talking, it's like they're talking smack behind your back or something like that. Like character defamation, stuff like that. Just a lot of that shady energy. And some people, I was going to say some people are shady. I guess some people are shady, right? That's not the truth of who they are, but that's who they are in that moment. Right? That's where they're at. That's a better way to put it. It's not who they are, but it's where they're at. All right? And sometimes we attract these people into our lives for a reason. Other times they're just, honestly, I think sometimes they're just there. But there's always something that we can learn from that situation. Even if it's just strengthening our own boundaries. And realizing and understanding that their actions do not denote our own worth. Right? And just continuing to move forward. It's like learning how to stay in your integrity, even if somebody else is not in theirs. That's the milestone. That's what's important to learn. That's what's important. That is the honoring path. to honor yourself even if others don't. Yeah. Let me see. I want to, what do I want to pull here? I want to get a little bit more about this milestone. Let's get a little bit more about what is this milestone about here? Is that it? Did we get it? Or is there more? Is there more to know? Clear. Tell me more about this milestone. And we have the grasshopper coming out. Leap of faith. So what? Right? A change in direction, moving on. That's the energy. It's the moving on, the so what. That's the milestone. Being like, you know what? Who cares? It's not important. It's not worth me getting upset about. I'm not going to rent this person's space in my head. I'm not going to allow you to steal my peace. All right? And I'm not going to allow this to color the way I look at future relationships. All right? And 5, the grasshopper's the number 5, which is the number of changes. So it's really moving on. And it's also, the birth of a son is on here too, with milestone here. Like for some people, like you may be having a child born over this wave spell. That just popped into my head too as an additional message there. But it's the change in direction too. For some people, when you find out about this, it causes you to change direction. It causes you to do something else. And whatever it is, whatever that change in direction is, especially if, say, you're changing, like, say, you were going to leave a job, but then somebody offered you a hand up in the job that you were at, and you were going to be making really great money, so you decided to stay. Or, you were planning on doing something, but then you got this other opportunity that seemed too good to pass up, so you took that other opportunity and put what you wanted to do and were originally going to do on the back burner. And now this doesn't work out, so you go back to the other thing. Whatever the other thing is, whatever the change in direction is, there's great prosperity there, even if it does require a leap of faith. Man. And so there's masculine energy coming out here too. All right, let's see here. Which may be confirmation for this birth of a son energy, which is interesting. Clear. All right. Any other? Let's continue on with the Intuit Oracle. What else is going on during this wave spell? What else do we need to know? So in a way, for the people that scenario, that original scenario we were talking about resonates, it's like that's the gift in and of itself, is that whatever the situation is causes you to move on, and whatever you move on to is very fortuitous for you. We have the white wolf here, confidence. Trust your inner knowing. Believe in your power, okay? So this is also, if you feel that if your spidey senses are tingling about something this week, trust that. And I love white wolf is kind of similar to the white dog, right? Trust yourself. Your inner knowing, your intuition is going to be speaking very strongly this week. So follow that. Listen to that. And we got the twin flame card coming out with the swans. So there's a lot of love in the air this week too, you guys, which makes sense, right? This is the white dog wave spell. This is true love right here, though. This is deep, lasting, true love, all right? The twin flames with the swans. It doesn't get any more clear than that. Unless the diamond ring comes out. proposals happening for some people this week. That could be some of those milestones as well. Just huge milestones in general happening for people. Taking something to the next level. If it's not a proposal, specifically for some people, it's just like a commitment where you didn't think you were going to get one. Right? Something getting more serious. And then we have the cross here, destiny, spirituality, divine guidance. This can also denote crisis or a crisis. But to me, this feels like fate, destiny. Destined unions coming together. Destined partnerships. So that's great energy for someone or some people this week. We have the Tower popping out, but I'm not sure how I feel about that. The Tower in this deck, this is always a card that I'm not really sure what it means to me. It comes out a lot when I do readings, though, which is interesting. And to me, it feels like standing strong and true. That's what that energy, that's what that feels like. It doesn't feel like a tarot tower. It feels like longevity. Anything else? Any other energies for this wave spell? We got the key, solutions, insight. Okay, pay attention. Pay attention to what? Pay attention to that landed next to the white wolf. Pay attention to your instincts, right? To your inner guidance. Like we said, really trust that inner guidance. Really rely on your intuition during this wave spell, you guys. And not your head, right? Your heart and your intuition. Because many people's heads are going to be all over the place. All right, and then we got the lily here with the stallion. All right, so there's a lot of powerful sexual energy this week as well. Right, but the stallion, this is also about freedom. So there's this beautiful energy of freedom. Freedom is also a keyword on the white dog card, or the white wolf rather. All right. Yeah, so there's this beautiful deepening sense of freedom that people are going to be able to experience this week. And you may or may not appreciate this freedom. Right? Depending on how it comes about. If it comes about through some of these unfortunate circumstances we were talking about here. You may not necessarily appreciate it at first, although it is for your highest good. In other situations, you may be able to recognize it and appreciate it for what it is. But even in this, with this deepening level, this deepening commitment here, there's a freedom in that. There's a freedom in that as well. It's like meeting that person who loves you in such a way that you feel free, right? Because that's what we all want, ultimately. And then we have Uranus on the bottom of the deck, Enlightenment. Okay, so Uranus with that Tower card coming out. There may be unexpected twists and turns this week, all right? Because I definitely acquaint the Tower to, a lot of people acquaint it to Mars. But I definitely feel that Uranus energy. I agree with those who attribute Uranian energy to the Tower card. So this is all about opportunities as well, though, right? Innovation, new starts. This would represent the Fool card in this particular deck. That's what they relate the energy of Uranus to, is the Fool. Yeah, so there's a lot. Remember, we talked about this wave spell is all about new beginnings. So a lot of really powerful new beginnings. And a lot of freedom, but you get to decide what freedom means to you. You get to decide what sets you free and how it is that you want to set yourself free this week. With that Birth of a Sun card too, I feel like some people maybe with the Stallion and the Lily, which are both about that sexual energy. as well. There may be people who are actually creating a child during this wave spell. If you're not actually birthing one, you may be creating one. And that could be a physical child. That could also be anything else that you are creating, right? But it definitely feels like literal children for some. All right, and then we have the letter coming through with chocolate. Satisfying communication and news, making contact. So I expect people to reach out. Especially if you've been waiting to hear from somebody, that communication could very well come through. If there's information that we got Mercury on the bottom of the deck too, who is the messenger, right? Yeah, if there's communication or information that you've been waiting on, I feel that coming through during this wave spell as well. But it feels, with this chocolate card here, it feels like real good communication. It feels like the stuff that you want to hear, not stuff that you don't. Of course, we always pay attention, and we make sure, remember this deception card was here. Make sure that people aren't just telling you what you want to hear, right? But it feels like really good, positive communication. Yeah, we got the butterfly. We got the Cancer card trying to pop out there. And the Gemini card. Once again, with that chatty energy. A lot of conversation, a lot of information flying around this week. That is the Lovers in this deck. And the Butterfly Metamorphosis, be open. Reinvention, that reinvention energy coming through strongly this week. This is all about reinventing the way we connect, the way we communicate, the way we, like moving that, and like we said, right, it's like moving that from head-centered communication to heart-centered communication. Really being open to the ways that our relationships can shift and change. The ways that our worlds in general can shift and change and transform over this wave spell, over this period. And I want to look at the bottom card on the Quantum Oracle before we close here. And see if there's anything we want to read from here. Let's see. This card unveils your ultimate place of power and inspiration. The sacred temple is the seat of your soul, and it's always available to you as a source of peace, balance, and connection to spirit. You can access this wonderful place by meditating on your own heart center. Receiving this card upright is telling you it's time to do so. You are at a point in your life and in your personal power where you are able to open this holy vault and connect with the unlimited information contained therein. Whatever project you may be working on, whatever type of information you need, information again coming through, whether personal, spiritual, financial, medical, artistic, scientific, or any other topic, the answers you seek are available to you now through the Akashic Records. When you connect with this powerful spiritual source, you will find all of the avenues of your life opening up with possibility. This card is telling you that you are ready, so take the time to enter the temple. Meditate, trust, and believe. You'll be amazed at the important energy and information you find there. So if you've been considering an Akashic Records reading, right? If you've been just being drawn to the energy of the Akashic Records in general, sit and meditate. Seek that connection. Get that reading. Just know that the information contained within is seeking you and wanting to reach you. So be open to it. And take that time to meditate and open that heart center in order to receive. The information may not come in the way you think either. So be open to whatever way that information comes through, and then commitment on the bottom of the deck and transformation under that. Beautiful. Yeah, and this lines right up with that 2/22/22 portal energy, which is very much about union, inner union, and outer union with sacred counterparts. So we're definitely feeling that energy heavy in this read as well. Got the bouquet underneath that with the element of water. I mean, you can't make this up. All right, somebody's getting married this week, or somebody's getting proposed to. That's all I got to say. If it's you, let me know, and congratulations. All right, you guys, I love you. I appreciate you. You are amazing. I hope that you have an incredible wave spell. If you like this video, hit that like button, drop a comment below, and let me know. There are links down below to donate to the channel if you feel so moved to do so. And my email is also down below with a description of all the different services that I offer if you want a personal energy healing, personal one-on-one reading. I do all kinds of different stuff, and it's all down there. If you have something going on, you feel drawn to my energy and you want to work with me, but you aren't quite sure how, just shoot me an email, let me know what you have going on, and we can figure it out. You are so amazing. Happy, happy, happy white dog. Wave spell.